Today is hashtag National Puppy Day, which means we gotta jump right into play mode, which is all these little cuties.
Because we love our puppies. We invited some of the cutest pups ever to play with us. We have Colleen.
That's my puppy.
We have Yahoo, the black lab down there. We have Netflix, who I am holding, and Meatloaf. And of course our friends of the show from Atlanta Pet Rescue, Grace Murphy and Simon Robson. Thank you guys both for joining us.
No problem. Thank you.
So we're seeing all these puppies, and it completely makes us want to adopt them. I mean, I'm literally sitting here saying I might adopt a second dog, and I might actually. But adopting a puppy, it comes with its challenges, right, Grace?
It really does, and you really have to have the time for a puppy and patience. You have to be consistent with pretty much everything you do, and if you work a lot of hours, a puppy may not be the best thing for you.
Right.
Yeah.
What exactly is it that takes the most time when it comes to a puppy? Is it just that you have to teach them everything that they need to know, and they're
not only training, but socialization too. You got to get them out to the park, and they've got to meet other pets, and they've got to meet a lot of different people. You don't want a pet that's scared of everything.
Right.
Yeah. You know, Rob, there's a lot of costs associated with adopting a puppy as well, right? And versus adopting an adult dog.
It is, yeah. I mean, adopting a puppy, you have to you're starting from scratch, so it's all of the day-to-day stuff they need, like beds and food and water bowls and toys and leashes and collars and all of that kind of thing. So we really kind of talk to people and make sure they're aware of how much the puppy is going to cost them when they take it home.
Yeah, financial side. Now, what about breed selection? Because I know that you need to match your temperament with the temperament of the animal. You might think, for example, that when Disney had 101 Dalmatians going on, all the kids wanted one, but Dalmatians aren't the best with kids. I know because I have one.
Right, and also, you know, we really get to know you and your lifestyle when you come to Atlanta Pet Rescue, because, you know, we don't want to match up someone who doesn't like to exercise with Netflix or who's going to be a 70-pound chocolate lab that loves to go on a run with you.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you just want a lap dog, make sure that you're going to get a lap dog.
Well, actually, Netflix is asleep right now. So Netflix actually seems like the kind of puppy I mean,
He's trying to sleep.
he is passed out.
Quiet.
Should we be puppy-proofing the house? Because I remember when I brought Yogi home, he ate about 3 pairs of flip-flops, a pair of rain boots, and 4 books, I think. So how do you puppy-proof your house so that your life doesn't get ruined when you bring a puppy home?
It's you have to think of anything you don't want to be destroyed, don't leave on the floor.
Yeah.
Anything on the floor will be the puppy's toy.
But what about garbage? I mean, getting into garbage. I mean, they want to get into everything.
They're kind of attracted towards smells, so garbage, making sure you put food away, clear garbage out regularly, especially when a lot of our household garbage can be quite poisonous to dogs.
I want to know about disciplining puppies, Grace, because
You just don't.
I mean, yeah, they're so adorable. Obviously, it's a little bit tough, but you want to find that fine line between going overboard and also sending a clear message. So what are some tips for people? For example, I know, tinkling in the home, right? Everybody's furious. That's my new rug. That's my nice sofa. That's my favorite.
Get over it.
Pair of sandals.
You got the puppy, you got to get over it. Yeah.
How do you send the message clearly, but without going overboard in a way that might traumatize the dog?
Well, we believe in positive training, so every time you take them outside and they go potty outside, give them a treat. Make sure that every time they go outside, it's a positive experience. So, hey, I potty outside, I get a treat. So really you can use that in anything you do. You know, when they chew your shoes, you put them in the crate.
Yeah.
Okay, so you put them in the crate.
Do you actually think, Grace, crate training is the best way to train a puppy?
Absolutely, absolutely. That way it's their home, it's their safe place. So when they go in their crate, it's not always a bad thing, but they know that they're safe in there, and sometimes they know they haven't done something so good.
When I brought Yogi home, he cried like the first couple of nights, and I would sleep on the kitchen floor holding his paw through the crate. But I wouldn't let him out, because I knew if I let him out, then he knew that he was being rewarded for crying, and he ended up getting over it. And crate training was actually very effective for about a year.
What about food, guys? There are so many different types of food out there. I mean, people spend an exorbitant amount of money on the different foods, and obviously you need specific food for a puppy, but what should people be looking for?
So with the food, there's puppy food and adult food. You just have to make sure it's a real natural food. So you want to avoid foods that have lots of byproducts and non-meat kind of ingredients in them. So you really need to check the ingredients, make sure meat is the first ingredient and it doesn't contain lots of unwanted items.
And do you suggest, I guess, Grace, I'll go to you on this, do you suggest a combination of wet and dry food for puppies, or just dry food? Because they have sensitive bellies.
I think go with what your vet says. You know, sometimes they need some wet food if it's they're not really getting on to the dry food. They don't like it. But your vet should be able to tell you all of that and what vaccinations they need and when to start heartworm and flea prevention. So all of those things you need to think about when you get a sweet puppy like this.
Yeah, well, listen, all these dogs are up for adoption right now, unless I adopt all 4 of
No,
them.
this one's not. This
Go to
one's not mine.
AtlantaPetRescue.org if you want to adopt a dog. Grace, Rob, thank you guys both for joining us. We really appreciate it.